Y'all, I just spent the last 40 minutes recording a get ready with me to film my podcast today vlog. And guess what? I had the mic on, I had the mic plugged in. I did not turn the mic on. I didn't turn it on. What does that mean? That means all the videos that I just filmed over the last 40 minutes are muted. It's not like my phone picked up the audio and they're usable because I had the mic plugged into my phone. They're not usable, they're completely muted. And I'm having a moment and I wanted to record this moment because it's really upsetting. But it's also just like the moments that are part of the process, the moments that teach you in small but annoying ways about figuring things out. And so I didn't crash out. I didn't. I took a moment. I'm still going to record. And I'm not going to go back and re record everything because I literally filmed from getting dressed, putting makeup on, doing my hair, talking about like I cannot go back. So I have to move forward. And so I'm just going to film this moving forward. What am I doing right now to prepare for a recording day? So let me give you the cliff notes of what I recorded that did not work so that you know how I got here. So I have today off from my corporate job. What a blessing. Usually I record every other Sunday, but since I have today off, I dedicated this entire day to just working on my podcast. So I let myself sleep in. I went to 9 a.m. Pilates. What a luxury. And then I came home, I made breakfast, and I took a shower and I got dressed. And while I was getting dressed, I was just reflecting on the challenges, but also the blessings behind having a podcast, doing a podcast, having just something that you're so passionate about that you hold yourself accountable to stick to the plan. So, for example, this morning I woke up, I didn't necessarily feel like podcasting today. You know what sounded really nice on this gloomy, cloudy Phoenix day was a full day to lay down and watch movies. And guess what? Since I didn't have my corporate job today, I could have very well have laid on this couch and watched movies all day. But this is where the saying, stick to the plan, not your mood, comes in and saves me every single time. Because I have learned in the last year that self discipline is the greatest act of self love. I stand on that 10 toes down. And when you have your own business, there's no one that is telling you, you have to do this. This is due this date. You don't have a boss overseeing your work. You don't have any deadlines except for the ones that you put in place yourself. And over the past almost year, I launched this podcast exactly a year ago, February 20th. And it's been me versus me holding myself accountable. Even through my life blowing up, even through getting a corporate job, I have put out weekly episodes, minus the gap I took when shit hit the fan, quite literally. And it's been my greatest teacher of discipline, of consistency, of overcoming challenges like your mic not being on. Aye. But a blessing. And so right now, I am finishing up my outlines. I'm recording 2 amazing episodes today for the next 2 weeks. And I'm sitting in gratitude, even though I already didn't feel like it. And then my mic just had to not be on. And I could very well throw a tantrum and it would be justified. Like, if you know, you know, this is just what happens when you are creating content and figuring things out as you go. But this is my reminder to myself and to you to move forward. We go forward. We don't go back. We go forward. We keep practicing. We keep pushing. We figure it out every single time. And that should be enough proof to remind us that we can continue to figure it out every single time. So, a little bit about today's episodes. You have to go watch them though once they're out. But the first one is coming out on the first day of Year of the Horse. February 17th marks the first day of the Lunar New Year, and it's Year of the Horse. So I'm going to do a full episode about that and what it means and how you can take advantage of the momentum and move forward. This year, after Year of the Snake, allowed us to shed and release and grieve. And then the other episode that I'm recording, which is episode 40, 40 of these things, is about the grief that comes with growth. Because I think we spend so much time romanticizing healing and romanticizing the journey of becoming. Rightfully so, because it's such a beautiful journey. Like, wow, especially the last year that I've had. Beautiful journey. But there's so much grief in starting a new timeline and stepping into a new identity and in becoming someone that you've never been before. So that's what episode 40 is going to be about. Find them on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this. I'd love to have you join us. And yeah, I'm going to outline these episodes. I'm going to get over my temper tantrum. And then I will show you how I set up to record. So I'm going to make this vlog happen anyways. It's not what I intended at all for this episode, but it's going to happen. It's going to get put up. And I'm going to give myself some grace. Okay, so my outlines are done. And I'm going to show you guys how I literally record in my living room. I think another misconception about having a podcast is that you have to have all this fancy equipment. And I'm going to show you right now how I set up my little studio, which is literally the corner of my sectional. When I started my podcast, I used to do audio only, record in my sweatpants, like keep it really simple. And that worked. And then I eventually decided that I wanted my viewers to see me. And adding video to my podcast added a whole other layer of connection. It increased my views. It gave me the ability to post on YouTube, which created a whole new process for me of building community. So this is my little corner setup. I have my laptop with my outlines on it, my mic that I'm borrowing from my best friend. I have my Amazon ring light that I've had since 2020. Still works like a charm. And this is how I record. It's just a constant reminder that you can start with what you have and you don't need to go get the fancy camera, the fancy mic, rent out the studio space before you get started. You can figure these things out as you go. So it's officially time for me to go record. I'll be back after with a little recap. Ooh. Okay. Wow, you guys. I just finished recording, and honestly, those episodes felt really good. I feel like I really got into the flow state of teaching and sharing and also just reflecting on my own journey. I think one of my favorite things about this podcast is yes, I started this podcast for you guys, for the listeners, for my community, for my audience, but it has been one of my greatest healing tools. Yes, it has been my greatest teacher, but it's also been my greatest healer because so much love and intention goes into this show. There's nothing that I just half ass about this show. I really take the time to the point where I really need to actually figure out some ways to be more efficient because the amount of time I spend on this podcast may not be the most strategic, but I'm not really worried about the strategy right now. I'm way more interested in the intention and the heart of the show. But as I research topics and as I do my own reading and learning, it's healing me too. Everything that I share on this show, I need to hear it too. And I think that's such a beautiful thing about following your soul's work is it becomes your greatest mirror, your greatest teacher. And so, yes, I'm grateful that you all listen because I wouldn't have a podcast. I wouldn't have just recorded episode 40 if I didn't also have an audience. But some of it is selfishly for me too. And I think that's okay. I think that's beautiful that I'm able to learn from my own work. I think that makes it even more worth it for me because this show is stretching me. Oh my God. It is expanding the hell out of me. It is pulling me out of my comfort zone. It is showing me what I'm capable of. And wow, it's exhausting. I'm tired. even just 2 episodes really takes it out of me. But my heart is full, and I hope that if you're watching this right now, you embark on something that makes you feel lit up like this, that makes you feel like you're doing exactly what you're meant to be. So, this was not the vlog I intended today. Shout out to my microphone not being on. But now I know you got to turn the mic on if you want to film some content. So, thank you for being here with me. Go listen to Her Becoming. Go stream some episodes, share with a friend, like and subscribe on this YouTube channel, and you'll be seeing me around a bit more.